done something similar for your life as well. But enough about me. We are on this call because of one individual who I have the pleasure of introducing, and her name is Spila Sluga. She has been a part of IML. She's been trading for several years now, and she has earned her way. She's earned the name of a six-figure earner, okay, several times over. All right. She's also a Chairman 10 within the company. She has begun her own YOB movement, which stands for Your Own Boss. So she is here, guys, to help to support everyone's goal and mission to be financially free. So today, guys, I want you guys to be sure you have a pen and paper out, because leaders are readers, but they also take notes. All right, so for you guys to multiply your accounts from a six-figure earner, how about we learn from one herself? So without further ado, Speed, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Awesome. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for being here on a Friday night. Thank you so much, Dwayne, for that introduction, guys. Dwayne has been with us and absolutely crushing it, and he's on every single webinar, always showing up, and the even bigger thing is sharing this with other people, right? It's one thing to come in and see results yourself, but it's another to share this with other people. So thank you so much, Dwayne, for everything you do for everybody. I'm excited to see you in Fort Lauderdale in just less than a month now, I believe, or close to a month. So tonight, guys, I'm going to teach you guys the Forex cheat code, okay? The one thing that's allowed me to succeed faster in my career. Now, I didn't know about this tool that I'm going to show you guys for quite some time when I first started, okay? This tool is going to allow you to pretty much eliminate time, right? So those of you on here that are looking to become professional traders, and some of you just want to come on here, utilize the tools, follow the professionals and make money. That's completely fine as well, right? I still use almost every single tool in the company because it's free money. It's leveraging either artificial intelligence software that does what's not humanly possible, or leveraging somebody else's skill set and strategy to make me money as well, on top of my own strategies, right? But those of you out there that truly want to learn the skill set and become a professional trader, we know that it takes time, right? You hear in this industry a lot. You need to find what works for you. You need to find your own strategy. Well, I remember when I was being told this when I started, I'm like, what the hell does that mean? How am I supposed to find my own strategy, right? So I'm going to show you guys a tool that's going to allow you to cut time, right? Because to find your own strategy and find the success rate and to study it and see it takes time, every single day being on the charts, right? Which could take weeks, months, or years. This tool allows you to cut time and go back weeks, months, or years. So a lot of the time you guys hear me say, study more than you trade. Study more than you trade. What does that mean? That means that you are back testing or strategy testing the markets more than you are actually trading live, right? Because practice makes perfect, right? Practice allows you to come on the markets and really dominate the markets. That's what our goal is every single day, is to beat the markets. Their goal is to beat us. Our goal is to beat the markets. So this tool allowed me to create a trade plan for myself, right? And a trade plan is key. Whether you have your own strategy or you are following and mirroring the professional, you must have a plan of entry and a plan of exit, a pip goal every single day. And if you don't have a trade plan written in front of you every single day, you're most likely not consistently profiting in the Forex markets, right? So that is one thing that, and I still have to this day in front of me, my different strategies that I trade, a picture of the pattern as well as the rules set out, right? So that is key. Well, how can you come up with your own trade plan? It's something called the strategy tester. So if you guys ever hear me say, go back test, okay? Go strategy test. It's the weekend. You need to go practice. This is what I mean, okay? So in your MetaTrader 4 platform, there's something called a strategy tester. So when we scroll back in the charts, okay, that's cool. And we mark things up and say we would have done this. That's great, but we already see what's happening, right? So our mind is already being tricked. We want to be able to go back in the markets and view everything in live time. There's something called Strategy Tester. So the first part you go to is the View tab, okay? Under the View tab, you have what's called the Strategy Tester. The Strategy Tester allows you to go back from now back into the 1700s, right, and see the markets in live time but at a faster pace. So if you're on the hour time frame, you're not actually staring at the candlesticks for an hour like you would in live time. So I can come in here and I can say, okay, I want to study USHF, okay, the model, they give you 3 different models, so every tick is a slower time speed, but it's still faster than the live markets. Control points is a faster time speed, and open price is a very fast time speed. So I like to do the middle one called control points. It's a good speed, okay? Date, you can set any date. So if I wanted to go back and study this week, right, I would check the date. This last week of trading was, let me pull up my calendar, July 29th to August 3rd. Okay, so I come in here, I type in July 29th to August 3rd, right? So now I can go back an entire week and study and backtest every single thing that I did. Now, the next thing you want to check is visual mode, okay? And then you want to select your time frame, whether you want to go minute, so what I like to do, I start on the 4 hour, I go and back test the 4 hour, then when I do that, I go to the hour and the 15 and the 1 minute, whatever strategy I'm using to find the context, and then go to the lower time frame and find my entries. So if I wanted to do the hour, okay, I can come here and now I press start. 1 second. That is not... let's try this again. Now there are expert advisors here that they give you. That's not it. So here in expert advisors, usually the one I select is moving averages, but it's not working. You can select indicators and things like that as well if you want, but it's not working. One second. Mine's working as well, but it's bringing up some crazy indicators, and it's not changing it. Nikki was playing on here. I don't know what she did. That's not it. Okay. This is weird. Let me pull it up on another computer. Actually, I think we could change the template. That's what it is. 1 second. Charts. No, it's some indicator. Some crap. Sorry, guys. Nope. Okay, there we go. So you come in here and you set your, whether you want an indicator. Now I don't suggest backtesting indicators, backtest charts, just naked price action, and then you can set your template. So if you have different templates you prefer, let's just take this off for now because I know it looks crazy. If you have different templates you prefer, you just come in here and set your template. Now watch what you're able to do, okay? You can come in here and you can play And now it's not letting me buy. Interesting. Chart. Bear with me here. Here we go. Okay, so check it out. I can zoom in and I can play the markets and see it move. Now this is the hour. So each candlestick is moving. It's technically an hour, but you can see it's taking about 2 seconds each. So you can go through an entire month in about 7 minutes. I believe that's the on this setting. So I will go back and practice what it is that I traded on the markets. And it doesn't take a lot of time, right? So you can then pause and mark up your charts. You can come in here and mark up your support resistance zones, right? So every time you learn something new, if you're a beginner, right, this is good for beginners. Let's say you learn something new, you learn support and resistance lines. Well, you want to go practice support and resistance lines, you can come in here and plug and play and mark it up. You want to practice trend lines or flags, right? You can then mark it up on the charts, on the markets, and plug and play, right? Oh, it broke. Now you can come here and say, okay, I would buy, right? Boom. And it made its move. You can calculate the pips, so on and so forth. So this is a tool that allows you to cheat in the markets, guys. You can go back years on here and really practice what it is that you're doing and get comfortable, okay? Now, what I want to show you, I wanted to show you because this only works with Windows, okay? This next tool that I'm going to show you only works with Windows. So if you have a Mac, I'm sorry. What you can do is download a software called Parallels. It is a Windows software that goes onto your Mac. Nikki has it on her laptop, and I wanted to show you guys it, but this thing is doing crazy things as well. So I'm going to try it again, but you can see now this thing, you can't buy and sell on here. This is just an indicator that's doing random buying and selling, okay? But you can pause and play the markets. Now I'm going to pull up a tool. So what I want everybody to do is go to fxblue.com. Okay, this is a free tool that's going to actually allow you to calculate the success rate and buy and sell. So when I am always tweaking and making my strategy better, this is what I utilize. Okay, what this tool does is it allows you to put it in your MetaTrader 4 as an expert advisor, and it allows you to buy and sell, set take profits, and stop losses. So if you're practicing a specific strategy, okay, you can actually buy, and what it does is it calculates your losses, your wins, your pips, your ROI, your drawdown, and calculates all the things that you need, right? All the things that you need to create a strategy. So I know that one of my strategies is 92% success rate for X amount of years, right? I know my other strategy is 89% success rate for X amount of years, right? And to always tweak it and get a higher success rate, if I'm adding different confirmations, I can go back a year, a month, right, years, and really utilize and learn, right, the strategy and be comfortable. So a lot of you say, well, you know, I see what you're doing on the markets, right? I see what you're doing and I get it, but I'm not comfortable doing it myself. Well, here's how you can get comfortable. You can go into the markets, right, and go back months and years and buy and sell and get comfortable with what you're seeing and buying and selling. So on weekends when the markets are closed, these are the things that you guys should be doing to perfect the skill set and master this, right? And even just basic stuff. So when I first learned this tool, I would learn just learning trend lines. I would go back test and just draw trend lines over and over and over and over again. Trend line breaks, finding structure, just taking piece by piece by piece and then creating that total strategy. okay? So what I want you all to do is go to fxblue.com, okay? Go to fxblue.com, and on the home page, you're gonna scroll down to FXBlue Apps. Okay, under FXBlue Apps, there's this tool that's called the Trading Simulator for MT4. You're gonna click on it. Okay, so everyone go ahead and click on the Trading Simulator, and you're gonna click Free Download. Now, if you don't have an FXBlue account, you're gonna have to make one. It's free, okay? All these tools are free, so just make one really quick for new users, or if you are a user, go ahead and log in, okay? So everyone follow along, and we'll set this up together, because I know you guys always ask, how do I do this? Okay, so go ahead and set up an account, or log in with an existing one if you have it. It'll take a minute. Okay, I'm just gonna log in. Okay, and then press free download again, and it's going to download into your download section. Okay, once it's downloaded, now there's a kind of here an explanation of what this does, and you can kind of see the picture. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, you can see you have an actual buying and selling window. You can set a stop loss and a take profit. So you could say, I want my stop loss to be 10 pips and my take profit to be 10 pips. And as you're buying and selling, it's instantly setting those zones for you so that you can then go in there and see, is my take profit being hit? Is my stop loss being hit? And at the end of your entire running period, however far back you went, it creates a report for you, or you can see everything like you would see on an actual, My FX book or FX Blue that calculates all those things on your account, okay, which is super, super cool. Okay, again, if you have a Mac, this is not going to work in your MetaTrader 4 on your Mac. There is, like I was saying earlier, a software you can download called Parallels, which is, I think it's like $70 or $80 for the year. And it's an actual Windows program on your Mac. I haven't found another way for Mac users. That's the only way that I have found for it. So if you have a Windows, or you could buy a cheap Windows computer, you could probably find one for $100, $200. But if you have a Windows, it's fairly easy. I'm trying to open up this on Nikki's computer. What you're going to want to do, those of you that are on a Windows, I'll help you install it right now. Okay, you go back to your MetaTrader 4. Okay, open up your downloads, so wherever it is that you downloaded the folder. Okay, you're going to go to File and Open Data Folder. Right, and when you open the data folder, I don't know if you guys can see that screen right here. So when you open the data folder, you want to open 2 of them, okay? And you're going to simply drag and drop the file from your downloads into, you're going to go to MQL4. You're going to go to Experts, okay, Expert Advisors. And you're going to drag and drop that file into here. Does anybody have any questions or need me to repeat anything? Any questions? Okay. Dwayne, do you have yours set up? Because mine is not loading on Nikki's thing. Okay. Dwayne, will you share your screen for me in a minute, and I'll control your screen. Can't get it downloaded. I need to get a verification code. It's most likely in your email. Okay. So you go to File and you go to Open Data Folder. Okay. Once you have that file downloaded, you simply drag and drop from your downloads that it downloads into the Expert Advisors. Okay. So you go to MQL4 and Experts. I'm going to write it here for you guys. So you go to Open Data Folder, MQL4, QL4, and Experts. Okay, so this is just simple basic stuff. You can look up how to do this. It actually gives you the steps, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I'm going to show you how it actually works. So, Dwayne, I'm going to ask you to share your screen, and then I should be able to control your screen from my end. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how the tool actually works. Okay, and then Dwayne, there's a setting where you can allow me to control your screen. Accessibility, I think. Maybe not. Does anybody know the setting where I'm able to control Dwayne's screen on Zoom? I know there's a way to do it. Request. Here we go. Request remote control. There we go. You should get a pop-up, Dwayne. Okay, perfect. So you have to got it. So check it out. Guys, you can see that Dwayne has installed the Expert. Did you install the Expert Advisor, Dwayne? Dwayne, are you there? Okay, I'll just check. You guys, I don't think you can unmute yourselves. It only allows you to talk in the chat. Okay. Why is it not showing up? Okay, let me check one more time, guys. It says it's an application. This doesn't look right. You just downloaded this, Dwayne? Hold on. Okay, and I unmuted you, Dwayne. Are you there? Hold on.
Let me drive 1 second here. So what I did was when I downloaded it, it may be this one I should have done, but when I went to downloads, this folder came up. So when I opened up this folder, it was these two options. So I assumed it was the application to move into the expert file.
There's a .ex4 file. It should be a .ex4 file. Just drag and drop both in there.
Okay.
Let's try that. I can't tell. I don't know how to use Windows. Is that one of those should be a .ex4?
It's not coming up as that, but let me just delete this one. Then I'll drag and drop both of them in. See what happens.
Did he extract the files first? Yeah, you extracted them, right, Dwayne?
Yeah. It says it's 100% complete.
Okay, let's try refreshing and see if it's there. See how those say .ex4?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
No, it's got to be a .ex4 file.
Yeah.
1 sec, I should. Let me see. I can't show you guys. Let me see. Okay, so this downloaded a PDF. Does anybody have theirs set up on their computer that I can share the screen? I can't. The one I have on Nikki's computer is not responding. Close the program. Not yet, setting it up. Okay. Let me try this again on Nikki's.
Yeah, I'm just getting the same thing. I just clicked the extract button. I re-download it again, and I'm getting only this application type in this document here.
Okay. Here, I'm going to email it to you real quick, Dwayne. I have the file. We'll try it that way. Actually, Nikki's just loaded. Let me see if I can get it to start. What's your email, Dwayne?
Just sent it.
Okay. Bear with us here, guys. Okay. All right, I just sent it. Okay, I think I got this to work here. Boom. I got it to work on Nikki's.
There we go. I don't think you attached anything.
I didn't attach it.
No.
Okay, I'll set it up with you after, Dwayne. I got Nikki's to work, so I'm just gonna share her screen.
That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you. Thanks for trying, Dwayne. All right, guys, so you should be able to see my screen now. This is the simulator. You can see here in Expert Advisors, you just put the simulator in. Now on your windows, you can also change speeds here, okay? So if I wanted to play the minute chart, okay, I can change the speed. So if I wanted to go fast, right, you can see that that went really fast. If I wanted to go slower, right, so let's say I want to, mark something up. Okay, I want to mark up this trend line break or a flag or something. There's no real flag there. But let's say I want to mark up a trend line break. I'm looking for a 50% zone, whatever it is. You can pause and play. Right, you can see, okay, now let's say I wanted to buy. I could buy. Oh, buy. I set my lot size. I set my, my take profit was set at 10 pips and my stop loss was set at 10 pips. I can move the take profit if I wanted to, move it down, move it up. I can buy and sell multiple times, multiple positions, right, and go through here and really see what the success rate is. Let me just speed it up so it can either hit stop loss or take profit. Okay. Again, let's say I were to sell. Play it out, boom, hits TP or stop loss, right? So now if I go through this whole thing, let it play out, okay? Just gonna do random buy and sells as it's playing so that you guys can see how the end looks. Right, so you do it one time frame at a time. So I'll do the 4 hour first, then I'll do the 1 hour, then I'll go to the 15 and then do the smaller ones if I'm doing a scalping method, right? Now again, you could slow down. So if it comes to a zone, you're looking for something, you slow it down, you mark it up, you put the buy, you put the sell, whatever it is that you need, you let it play out. So now it's actually like you're trading the markets and reading the markets, right? And if you go back a week, a month, a year, years, and practice this, you're going to get a success rate. You're going to feel comfortable then going into the live markets and taking trades. Otherwise, it takes a lot of time moving forward to get comfortable rather than eliminate time, go back in history, right, and let it do its thing. No, it's giving me a not responding again. We broke the system. Too much profit. Right? Let's see if it comes back. So you can see how you can go in and buy and sell there and set reports and do different things like that. There was another setting. There we go. Okay, so boom, it's done, right? Right here, it told me that my profit was $338, and I can do an analysis on that. And it's going to say not responding again. I think the Windows software Windows sucks. The Windows software has to be updated. Sorry, guys. So you can go in there and then you can analyze. It's going to give you a full analysis of everything you need, and you can do this over and over and over again. Yes. So if you guys have used this before, put 111 in the chat. If you haven't, if this is going to be next level for you, put 222 in the chat. And it crashed. Yeah, so if it says only on TradingView. So TradingView has the back tester, but I don't think you can install this thing. If it says you need to allow DLL imports, you need to go to your, you need to go to charts. No, you need to go to tools. I don't want this thing to crash again. Options. And you go to server. No, not server. You go to charts. No, it's here somewhere. Expert advisors, there you go. You go to expert advisors and you check allow DLL imports. Okay, so tools, options, expert advisors allow DLL imports, and it should allow you to run it on there. Okay, so net profit, once you click analyze, it's going to pull up your FX Blue, okay, which is going to give you a full analysis on those trades. You can't calculate pips on TradingView. Yeah, you can calculate pips. There's a little ruler that calculates it. Okay, now let's do it one more time. Hopefully it doesn't, oh, look, maybe it pulled up. Something's wrong with this thing. It says something like activate Windows down here. I don't know what that means. Okay. There's one other setting I wanted to show you guys. Let me try to start it again. Does anybody have any questions? Does this work for LQDFX too? Yes, it works on all brokers. It only works on your MetaTrader 4 though. I back tested. One sec. I don't know what Nikki's doing with those. Okay, so the simulator is coming up, so we're gonna play again, and there's a couple settings you can do. So let's say, Babatunji, you're gonna have to go back and watch the recording. Whoops, let me slow it down. Okay, so let's say I'm buying, I bought a couple of positions, I'm selling, whatever. Okay, I just put in a bunch of buys and sells. You can click right here on your lot size, and it's going to give you, okay, you're in this position, you're down 20 bucks, you know, you're down $3 here. You could do close all positions, close all winners, close all losers, reverse hedge, close all positions. So it's really cool. It has some really cool features that allow you to pretty much do what you can do on regular charts. You can pause the simulation right down here, right? Account info. Why is it not? Let's try it again. So remember, you could set your lot size, your stop loss, your take profit in pips, okay? Buys and sells, and then there's a settings tab where it gives you a little bit more details here if it would load. So it's not responding. Yeah, this is huge. This is huge. So if you guys are currently practicing a specific strategy or a pattern, or just learning basic stuff, go back, you know, go back a week first, then go back a month, then go back 6 months, then go back a year, and beyond that, and spend 30 minutes a day, 15 to 30 minutes a day just back testing, right? Get comfortable with whatever it is that you're utilizing, and then go in the markets, you'll feel much more comfortable, right? So this was the main thing I wanted to share with you guys. You know, I tell a lot of people to back test all the time, but I noticed that people are just, something's wrong with this Windows. That's what it is. I noticed that people just go in and go back, you know, scroll back in the markets, which is great. But overall, again, your mind is already seeing what is going on. Make sure you put visual mode on the settings, okay? So very, very simple. I'll spend the next 15 minutes for anybody that's having trouble, setting it up. You can, I'll request remote access and help you set it up. on your computer. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And do you guys have any requests on any type of specific training that you guys need help on? You don't like TradingView, any reason? I like TradingView. I've been using it more. I've just, in my trading career, I've always used MetaTrader 4. I've back tested on it. I've back tested on it. You can back test on TradingView, but you can't use this tool. I don't believe, I haven't figured out how to do it. So at least use if you guys use TradingView, at least use MetaTrader 4 for back testing and practicing. It'll change your trading. You know, you can eliminate what would take you 3, 6 to 12 months to learn and do it in a month or two by just back testing every single day, right? Strategies, or like I said, just basic stuff. If I want to, I don't use fibs personally, but if I wanted to go learn how to use fibs, I would back test them for years. I would just back test non-stop, back test, right? Bob and Tunji, you're gonna have to watch the recording. Entry points. Looks like there are some YouTube videos for it as well. Yes. Entry points. Okay, what kind of entry points? Do you have something specific? Because there's so many different ways to enter the markets. It's not just one way to do entry points. There we go. Criteria for entry points. I say at least 3 confirmations. Sorry, my dog is making weird noises. I say at least 3 confirmations before you get in. So if you guys haven't gone through the YOB Academy, the whole advanced section is different confirmations. So think of confirmations. Your confirmations are tools that allow you to enter the markets, okay? And think of confirmations and entries as ice cream toppings, right? Everyone has a different preference of ice cream toppings. Me and you both might like gummy bears and sprinkles, but you like to add peanuts and cherries, and I add something else, right? That's how you have to think of entry points. It's what really is going to be your confirmation to enter the trade. So there is no set way to enter the markets, but one thing I would say definitely utilize every time is confirmation candlesticks. Now that can also depend on what time frame you're trading on. On higher time frames, those confirmations, they do matter, but it depends on the strategy, okay? Then you have flags. I love flags. You have the fan pattern. We go over the fan pattern, all of these in the YOB Academy Advanced section, right? Flags, fan pattern, multi-session M's and W's, regular double tops and double bottoms, head and shoulders. Some people like the teacup. I don't personally use it. You can use trend line breaks, channels. I feel like entering on H1 means a bigger stop loss. Yeah, it depends on the time frames and the strategy. If you're a swing trader, you're entering off higher time frames. If you're a scalper, you're entering off lower time frames. So closing flag on the 4-hour, closing candle on 4-hour. So flags and candles. So with flags, you can either trade within the flag, buys and sells as it's bouncing back and forth, which is high risk, or you can trade out of the flag, which is a break and a retest, either down or up. Once it retests and gives you a confirmation candlestick, a doji, a hammer, railroad track, whatever it is, then you can enter the trade and get in that trade and do its thing, let it do its thing. But it's very hard to say as a trader, you know, what's an entry technique. There's different entry techniques for every strategy, right? My scalping entry technique is different than my swing and intraday entry techniques. But overall, it's just confirmation. It's the basics: confirmation candlesticks, double tops, double bottoms, flags, trend line breaks. You combine all those things. The strategy is what matters first, though, right? Entry technique does not matter unless you have the direction, unless you have the context of what is the direction in the pattern, right? So there's a specific pattern you're trading, right? Once you know the pattern is when you see this pattern, it's a buy every time. You see this pattern, it's a sell every time, right? The entry is just getting the best possible entry with minimal drawdown in there. So first, if you guys haven't, or those of you that are, really going in to become professional traders, if you don't have a specific pattern that you trade yet, you need to find one. If you're working on finding one, then you need to dig in there and master one pattern. What a lot of people try to do is look at any market at any time and try to buy and sell. That's not how trading works, right? It's a pattern that's X amount of success rate over time. So the first thing you want to go do is practice each piece of the puzzle, right? So drawing trend lines, doing trend line breaks, finding multi-session M's, W's, the basic stuff, all separate. Now when you say my strategy is X, Y, and Z, you combine it, you use your checklist to go and back test and enter the trade. So, for example, structure happened, right? Trend line break happened, multi-session W happened. Okay, I'm looking for the buy. Boom, I buy. Set my stop loss, set my take profit, let it ride out, see which one hit. Do it again, over, same pattern over and over and over again. So first is finding the pattern, then you dig down into the entry technique. Anybody else have any questions? And that's all going to come with time. The biggest thing is to utilize what you have, which is leverage of professionals, as well as leverage of artificial intelligence that's doing the work for you, right? Utilize that to take trades, to make money, and study them. Why are they trading this pattern? If you guys look at swipe trades, for example, each trader that sends out a trade, it's the same patterns over and over and over again. Same patterns over and over again. You have Papa Smurf, who does harmonics. He does his own form of harmonics. Same patterns that he's finding, he's sending you buy and sells. You just validate our trading plan of action. Thanks. Awesome. Yes. Well, patterns, so here's how you think of it, right? The first part of your trade plan is finding the context, which is the pattern. The pattern identifies the direction. If you don't have the direction, you can't take an entry, right? Because then you're just entering in thin air. So your pattern is your context. There's different forms of patterns that are different perspectives. They all do the exact same thing. So those of you that have been getting on our live London sessions, right, that me, Ray, and Eric do, well, Ray finds harmonic patterns. That's just his thing. He likes doing that, right? It works for him. For me, I don't do harmonics. I don't use harmonics. I use structure. But within harmonics, there is structure. So me and him call out the same buy and sell sometimes, but I found it through structure, right? And he found it through a harmonic pattern, right? Then you have somebody that may do a form of Elliott waves, just a different form, same thing. He says this chart is an Elliott wave sell. Ray says it's a harmonic Elliott wave sell, and I say it's a structure sell. Right? It's different perspectives. So first, you have to find your ice cream flavors. They all do the same thing. They all taste good, right? Well, what's my ice cream flavor? What's my perspective that I find the best? The pattern that I see. Then the entry technique is just the sprinkles on the top. Right? It's just the sprinkles that you put on the top, confirmations that are going to build up your case to enter the trade in that direction. And I generally say use 2 to 3. Cool. Anybody else have any other questions or any requests for different trainings? Next week or the week after, I haven't set a date yet, we'll probably do a market psychology training. It's a little bit more advanced, intermediate advanced, but it will teach you a broker mindset versus retail trader mindset, how they're trying to beat you in the markets and what you need to do to beat the markets. Call it market psychology. No other questions? Awesome. Does anybody need help putting their file in and setting it up? We can do it now through a screen share. Yes. Okay, Chris, we'll do that. I'll request remote access. Awesome, guys. So anybody that doesn't need help, thank you for hopping on. It's a Friday night and you guys decided to show up. That's excellent. That means using and adding this technique, you guys are going to go up. This was the game changer in my trading career. It helped me make 5 figures to multiple 6 figures a year, being able to go back and soon 7 figures, being able to go back and back test the markets, right, and practice, and still till this day, I go in and back test and tweak my strategy to get the success rate higher. So back test, get your analysis, find what your average pip drawdown is, what your success rate is for that strategy, all those things, and it's going to change the course of you learning how to trade, and you guys will be like a time machine. You're going to cut months and years of time by being able to backtest. So go and share this recording with anybody that wasn't on here so that they can really utilize this to take their trading career to a whole new level. Thank you guys for hopping on. You have a great weekend. Sunday night, London session. We're going to be catching pips, so I'll see you guys there. Bye, guys. Anybody that needs help, just stay on. Chris, I'm going to request remote access. Whoops. Chris, you have a Windows, right? Request. I forget how I requested remote access. One sec. Hide.